Hello everyone, in today's video we're going to be looking at two really amazing iPhones. On the left side I have the iPhone 12 and then on the right side I have the all new iPhone 16. So in today's video I wanted to do kind of like a comparison. How does iPhone 12 compare with the newest iPhone 16? It is 4 generations older, so I wanted to do a quick comparison, what's new and what's still good about the iPhone 12, or pretty much what's the same. So let's start with the design. One big difference, at least when it comes to the display, the iPhone 16 does have this new, I think it's called Dynamic Island. So the way that works is, if, for example, if you're doing, let's say we want to do some kind of timer, and now it will end up showing. So you can do, for example, Pandora music, if you're doing AirPods and stuff like that. So that would be one of the options. Now, the iPhone 12 doesn't have that. It just has this big notch where the front-facing camera is. Now, when it comes to the size, both of these are 6.1 inches, and they pretty much have the same body-to-screen ratio. The only difference is that notch on top is a bit smaller, and it is Dynamic Island, so it is kind of part of the screen. Now, let's talk about the rest of the design. On the bottom, on this one, we still have that Lightning port stereo speakers, and then on this side we have power lock button. And keep this in mind because they did end up adding something new to this button here, but this, for right now, this isn't anything. So power lock button here, and then on this side we have the little mute switch and the volume controls. Behind the phone we have dual cameras. Now, when it comes to the iPhone 16, it does have the USB-C, so that's difference. The iPhone 12 still has that Lightning port. Now, this is the camera button. So if you press this, it will open up the camera. You can also kind of apply pressure to it to zoom in, zoom out. There's a few other functions that this button does. And then rest of it, it's pretty much the same other than the action button. So this is power lock button. And then on this side, we have volume controls, and then we also have that action button. You can set this up to, for example, if you hold it, it can be do not disturb or mute, or you can do a flashlight. There's a few different ways to customize it. Another difference is the iPhone 12 uses one physical, one eSIM, while the newest iPhone 16 uses 2 eSIMs. Now, if I had a choice, I would definitely prefer one physical SIM and one eSIM. That would be my preference. Now, when it comes to the display, I think the display are very similar. Now, the iPhone 16 has 6.1 inches, 2556 times 1179 pixels, 22:9 ratio, 461 pixels per inch, a LED display, 60 hertz refresh rate. The iPhone 12 has pretty much the same resolution, also LED display, also 60 hertz refresh rate. The only difference is the iPhone 16 does have 2000 nits of brightness, while the iPhone 12 has 1200 nits of brightness. So that would be the only difference when it comes to display. There's a little bit of other things, maybe like newer generation of the ceramic shield and stuff like that. But other than that, you're not going to notice that much of a difference when it comes to the display. Both are very, very amazing displays. Now, when it comes to the hardware and performance, there's a big difference between two, and of course that makes sense because there's 4 generations apart. The iPhone 12 does have the Apple A14 Bionic chip, 4 gigabytes of RAM, and the storage starts at 64, while the newest iPhone 16 has the all-new A18 CPU, 8 gigabytes of RAM, and the storage starts at 128 gigabytes. Now, both of these run the same OS. iPhone 12, of course, still gets all the latest updates, and I think it's very future-proof because I still have some of the much older phones that ended up getting the latest updates. So that's definitely good news. Both of these phones are, of course, 5G as well. When it comes to the battery, the iPhone 16 definitely has a bigger battery, 3561 milliamp, while the iPhone 12 has 2800. Day-to-day use, absolutely love the iPhone 16 battery, but the iPhone 12 still gets me easily through full day of usage. So that's definitely good news as well if you end up getting the iPhone 12. Both of these, of course, support wireless charging. The iPhone 16 finally ended up going from 15 watts to the 25 watts wireless, while the iPhone 12 has that 15 watts wireless charging. Now, when it comes to the cameras, both of these do have 12 megapixel front-facing camera, and then on the back, there's a difference in sensors. The iPhone 16 does have 48 megapixel main fusion camera, 12 megapixel ultra wide, while the iPhone 12 has 12 megapixel main, 12 megapixel ultra wide. Now, I'm not going to compare them because, of course, the iPhone 16 is pretty much better in every single way. So every single year, iPhone does end up upgrading a little bit of CPU, a little bit cameras, a little bit battery. Maybe they'll end up adding 2 more gigabytes of RAM and stuff like that. So this is in comparison which one is better. The iPhone 16 is definitely a better phone. This is more of how good is iPhone 12 still in 2024. And to lead off with that, iPhone 12 is still very amazing phone. It's so much more budget friendly, has very good display, good battery life, really good cameras. It also has amazing performance. So this is the phone I would still recommend in 2024. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great day.